This is St Columba's church in Stewarton, Church of Scotland. Rather unusual church. It has that over-fork over Y shape set in a sort of coat of arms on it. That's the symbol of the Cuninghame family, many of whom had castles in this district in the past. Fascinating graveyard, many old tombstones and memorials. Fortunately, a good number of them now are indecipherable. Here's one of Robert Lindsay, farm in Bokelly. There was a Bokelly castle, now completely removed. In fact, the remains of it were used to build a road with. Here's an exceptionally finely carved stone. This is the Millers of Chapelton, presumably Lake Chapelton, the Chapelton that lies below, or lay below, present-day Chapelton House. This site there is nothing on this site now. Lots of names repeat themselves here. The Millers, the Lindsays, Smiths. Pickens seems to be a particularly common name here, particularly local name. Here are the Sims, a collection of Sim memorials. Typical yew trees as found in most churchyards. Sadly, many of the tombstones have been knocked over. This area seems to have been set aside for the most aristocratic landowning families. So these are more mausoleums. Similar in design. They seem to be the Cunninghams of Ayrshire, maybe of the other estates like Robertland, possibly even Montgomery's of Ayrshire. Similarity in design, particularly with this carving on either side. Sadly, a great deal of vandalism here. These appear to be upside down torches. Interesting carving there, appear to be initials of some sort. Obviously these have been closed up, sealed for all time. This is the Pickens of Robertland. On the wall over here is a memory of the construction of the Stewarton Viaduct. A John McLachlan having fallen from the bridge during its construction. Also mentions another name there as well, appears to be Matthew Watson, erected by his friends. Certainly an unusual church design. There's one local story of a group of drunks who decided the church wasn't quite facing the right direction. So they stood at the corners, tried to lift the church into the right direction, but couldn't. One of them decided it's because he was standing on his coattails and therefore couldn't lift. Here's a Jean Guthrie, wife of John Shields, farmer Galloway Ford, a farm that no longer exists close to the Kennock's estate. Again, more signs of very unusual church design. Blocked up windows and so on. This area here has poor Uncle Robert, the uncle of the poet Robert Burns. Uncle Robert lived in this area for many years. Here he is, a memorial to him, also to that of his son, put here by the Stewarton Literary Society. Duncan McNaught, the author of a book about the borough or parish of Kilmores, was invited to unveil the stone. Here's the old Laneshaw Mill miller, William Eaglesham. The mill no longer exists, but it's famous for many years for having a tree growing out of its chimney pot. Clearly milling was a good income. We have somebody here, John Kennedy, boasting of being part of the Inland Revenue. And here, very unusually, especially for its size, a cast iron memorial to Andrew Pickens of Robertland and his spouse Jane Watt.